rumor was she was dead.
Crazy, relax.
Yeah.
So that sanctuary was also where Bishop Augustine Burroughs' funeral was, right here.
You gotta keep your arms in.
Okay, that bishop story's difficult. Now, church officials, they had their doubts as well. So they exhumed the bishop's body in the 1970s. You want to know what they found? In 100 years, there was no further signs of decomposition. Those body parts that they recovered were still pink and fleshy and moist to the day that they were buried. So, Bishop Burrow is at the Tolomado where he rests in pieces. I warned you, there were a couple more. Oh yeah, we have made it to the Bayfront. So the Bayfront's going to be on Hazel's side of the trolley. We have some beautiful mansions on Slasher Steve's side of the trolley. Now our next ghostly host, she likes to turn down beds. She flickers the lights. She turns TVs on and off when they're not plugged in. We sometimes see like a floating light at the rooftop of this place. It's the Casablanca Inn and Teeny Martini on the first floor. Back then, it was a boarding house ran by Miss Bradshaw during a dark time of U.S. history, Prohibition era. She realized that two men were constantly checking in her inn, but never staying the night. Instead, they were out on the seawall all hours of the night. She recognized these men were rum runners doing some illegal alcohol sales. She approached these men and said, "Hey, you can do your little alcohol sales out of my back room as long as I get a share of those profits." She fell in love with one of these men, and this place became the most popular place to enjoy some libations. It brought government agents to town, and right here, oh, it's still pretty packed. Casablanca Inn and Teeny Martini. Well, they had to devise a plan when it was safe for them to do their business. She would walk on that rooftop with a lantern, letting the men know it was safe to enter that harbor. When the men didn't see the light up there on the top, they knew to stay far away because government agents had checked in. And now, one day, the men didn't return. So, when some people spot that floating light on the rooftop, the romantics, they believe it's Miss Bradshaw sending a signal to her lost lover that she fell in love with to come on home. Me? I think it's Miss Bradshaw, all right, but I think she's telling us that coast is clear. There's no government agents in town, and that party is still going strong at the Teeny Martini in Casablanca Inn. Do I have any Ghost Adventure fans? Yes, okay. Well, we're gonna make you fans. Season 2, episode 2. Zach and his team, right here at the Castillo de San Marcos. They had their own investigation. They captured EVPs, tortured screams. They had footsteps going behind them when it was just him and his 2 cameramen locked themselves in. So it was right here at this front point, right there, that's it, where he captured a Spanish soldier lighting a lantern with their night vision, right there. So in
Zach Bagans?
1833, yes, Zach Bagans, right there. So in 1833, this was under U.S. control, and it was called Fort Marion, and it was a military prison. And Sergeant Tuttle was in charge of the fort at that time. He ran a tight ship. Well, him and his men found one of these holding cells by mere accident when he was moving supplies. They were up on that upper gun deck. They were moving the large brass and iron cannons. They got to the biggest one and were pushing and pulling. Had a decent struggle. They heard cracking coming from beneath that cannon. They jumped back just in time to see the cannon plummet to the ground below. They looked down and realized that they had to march down those steps and get to that back room. When they got there, it was empty. Stranger things had happened inside that fort. Those men walked back up those steps, peer down the hole, and see the cannon is still visible. Frustrated, they grab their sledgehammers, march back down those coquina steps, get to that back room, and start pounding away on the coquina stone. They break entry and are greeted with a pleasant scent of roses. Very uneasy, but understanding they had a task at hand. So they had to crawl through that hole. They got to their feet, saw the cannon, walked to the cannon, and there is crunching coming underneath their feet. They had stumbled upon bones of all shapes and sizes. If you ask the National Park Services, they're going to tell you that only animal bones were found inside that fort. Then I'm going to ask you, who would go through all that trouble to cover and real animal bones. Yeah, I know. It didn't sit right with us either. So, ghosts and gravestones, we did a little digging on our own. I'm going to give you the real tea here. So, we found another connection that it was in 1784. Commandant Garcia Marti was in charge of that fort. He had a beautiful wife. Her name was Dolores. Now, Dolores had two loves, her expensive rose water perfume and her husband's first officer, Abela. Yeah. Shortly after rumors of that affair circulated, Dolores, Abela, vanished without a trace. Okay, now could they have gotten away and are living out that love in a far distant land? Maybe. Or did they get captured by a jealous husband and then entombed in that little forgotten place to rot and wither away? You get to be the judge of that one. To this day, we see a lady in white wandering the fort grounds. Her presence is mostly known in the gift shop. We believe it's Dolores because that was her bedroom quarters with Commandant Garcia Marti. Now she throws items off the shelves or just picks it up and moves it, playing the game with those poor hostesses there. We still hear screams coming from that little forgotten place. That's now called the powder room, where we believe that Dolores and Abela were locked in to rot and wither away. If you're brave enough, crawl through that hole, put your ear against that wall, and listen in, and let me know what you hear.
Oh, I will.
All right, the main event. We're on the way to the most terrifying building in the state of Florida. It is on the National Registry of Haunted Places. It's been visited by famous paranormal investigators as kindred spirits, ghost hunters, those YouTubers, Sam and Colby twice. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the old jail.
Hell yeah!
Now she's directly
Let's
in front of us
go.
right here. Don't let the beauty of this Queen Anne Victorian building fool you. She was constructed in 1891 to contain the hatred, rage, and despair from all those confined within her walls until 1953. Now, a local team of paranormal investigators in 2010, they held their own investigation and they captured an EVP. And that's going to be an electromagnetic voice phenomenon. It's kind of like that staticky white noise that you sometimes hear. It gives us the answer to our most often asked question of how many died behind these gates. And we're going to play it for you. So everyone listen in. Let me know what you hear. It's going to play 3 times for you. Ready?
2 seconds here.
There were only 8. Listen again. So, we hear there were only 8. If so, yeah, true. There were only 8 documented executions by the gallows that happened here. We speculate it to be in the hundreds, possibly even thousands. But every time government would come in to get the papers of the deceased, there was a fire the night before. Coincidentally, every time. No chance. Sheriff Perry. We're still trying to connect the dots and get all those victims here, but I mean, regardless, when you drag those bodies out, the energy doesn't always go with them. No, it stains the floor, the walls, and the air. And you wanna know what? We get to go inside. Everyone, grab all of your belongings. This is not gonna be your trolley when we get off, okay? Make sure, let us exit first. Watch your head, watch your step. We're gonna get to this front gate here.
Okay. If I hear a sound, oh, I'm going to it. If I hear a sound in there, I'm going straight to it.
Thank you, Hazel. Just watch your step down, my friends. Go ahead. You're welcome. Enjoy the rest of your time here in St. Augustine.
You ready to get closer? You ready to get
closer.
I'm ready.
And I need you guys to stay right in that white box for me. You see that white square on the ground? We're going to go to that white box, that white square on the ground. Feel free to get your photos and videos. Gonna need to stay in that white box for me, all right? The white square, white box. Right here.
Scoot on in.
Okay.
No, I like to live outside of the box.
Are there any spirits here in this world?
Hey, listen, they're boxing.
Well, go back. It's very different for it. No. This is a historical building. There is no elevator because of that. Okay, we do have to go up a flight of stairs, down a flight of stairs. I think it's like 10 stairs up, maybe like 15 stairs down. So if you
Lock in,
do
Jack.
not or do not want to participate inside, we can have you sit over here at the trolley depot. There is a video that's going to go over all the stories that I'm going to share inside. We want everyone to participate if they can, okay? But just come see me if you cannot, you don't feel, you can go up and down those steps. You want to get up there? There it is. There's a rest. Both sides. Yep. So there's going to be a restroom. Good?
Turn that down. Turn.
Yeah, no, take your time. The
Don't
paperwork is
let her
awful.
fool
if
you.
fall.
She did 12,000 steps just
Okay,
yesterday.
dang it. So we're gonna send her first. And then she goes.
Chat, lock in.
It is very, the floor is uneven in there. All right, take your time, watch your steps. We did have a little rain, so just make sure you're sure-footed as we go through there. We're gonna get through the kitchen. We're gonna go through the ladies' quarters, and then we're gonna get to maximum security death row. That is where that EVP that we heard was captured. We want you to go inside those cells. Get inside, take pictures of the cells. Do not shut those cell doors. One time I couldn't open it. Okay, so yeah, it wasn't a very good prank. All right, so follow me, everyone. Watch your steps. Here we go. Open the door if I can get it open. All right, here we are.
Hold the door to the next person. You can go.
You got it. You got it. Hey, what up? What the? That light did not just turn on by itself.
Ladies, we're back here behind me. Maximum security, death row is where we're headed.
Where she wants us to go.
Mom, these lights are turning on and off by itself. Are there any spirits here in this cell? If there are any spirits here, can you turn off the light?
It's been turning on and off.
Where's Grandma? Where's Grandma?
They're waiting outside.
Oh, because she's claustrophobic?
We're going up and down the stairs.
I'm gonna go get the light switch. Hold on 1 second. I know where it is. It's right on the stairs. You guys will be right back.
Yeah, something's gonna
Whoa! Now we get to have a bit of fun. Howdy, y'all. My name's Charlie. Charlie Powell. Nice to meet you. I don't know what make a bunch of folks like you want to come into a jail all willingly, especially at night. Since you're out here, why not give you a bit of a show? After all those history folks come on in here, they always skip over all the good parts of this place. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you all about all 8 of our hangings took place here. Starting this one up on the wall right here. Big Kodiak up there. See that man in the center holding them flowers? That's Sim Jackson himself right before he swung. And the big man next to him with the belly and the nice hat, well, that's our Sheriff Joseph Perry. He wasn't too happy about this here photo. Townsfolk weren't neither. See, they didn't think that old Sim deserved the photo or them flowers on account of what he's done to his wife. You see, they got into a little bit of an argument one night, and well, we don't know who struck first, but we do know Sim struck last. You see, he went down, he got his straight razor. He just started hacking away at her throat. And he kept on going until it got caught in her collarbone. Neighbors heard the ruckus, came over to see what was going on, found Sim holding his wife, her head dangling by a thread. It's a bloody mess. Well, there the hanging comes. Old Sim, he does decide to speechify to the crowd. Starts telling them all kinds of nonsense. He even says, "Oh, friends, I'll see you all in heaven." You can believe that. Now, here's where things do get a bit more interesting. You see these 2 men over here in the corner with them hats on?
Yeah.
Them brain doctors come down from up north. Y'all folks okay? You going back outside? You gotta make sure they actually go outside. You know, I can't believe people on supervise. Like I said, those men that come down from up north, them brain doctors.
I was thinking the same thing.
See, they wanted to perform some experimentation on old Sam. They wanted to find out how long it took a man to lose his conscious mind after he dropped. So they tell him, "Sam, when we pull that lever, if your neck don't snap, just go ahead and wiggle your fingers for us for as long as you possibly can." Well, he drops, he starts wiggling. How long do you think he wiggled them fingers for?
Like 14 minutes.
Someone read the plaque but didn't read it close enough.
30 minutes?
11 minutes. It took 14 for him to die. Now imagine that. You're hanging there, your life slowly ebbing away, and you're wiggling your fingers for a couple of Yankees. Now, I don't know if any of y'all ever been hanged before. Gonna guess probably not. On account of the fact y'all standing here. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about what it's like. See, first thing you have to do is go out there every day and build your own death trap. Then you come back in here every night, sleep in that cell right there and stare at it out your window. Till finally it's complete. Day your hanging comes. They dress you up all nice and bind you up real tight too, because they are feared you're going to try and run away. Get a bunch of deputies out here, give them guns, make sure you drop one way or another. Now, to this point, if you're brave, get up and never say something grandiose like old Sim tried to do. Maybe he hadn't got much to say at all. Maybe more like Steve Johnson. See, old Steve was quiet right up to the last moment before he dropped when he saw a friend of his in the crowd. He just shouted down one simple request. He said, "Oh, friend, when I drop, take my boots home to my wife. You see, she ain't got the money to bury my body, so she can bury my boots instead." She never got those boots. Guess that friend didn't have to tell old Steve what his wife really thought of him, and well, we still got him here. They're upstairs right now. A couple of y'all look like you don't believe me. Okay, come on, we're going upstairs then. Come on, right this way. Ain't no one gonna call Charlie Powell.
For everybody else in front, okay? You can't just take off. Stay with us. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. I don't want you to scared me when he was like,
What's up? It's cold.
Alright, I want you to got 2 steps down right here and right on into that cell block.
Sheriff and stuff, probably.
Hey, you know, walk every step of the
Walk up, walk.
Yeah, inside, in the cell block.
What is that smell?
Go on, have a seat at the table if you want. It's clean. We spit shot it every morning. First chore of the day. Watch your step now. Got 2 steps down right there. Handrail to your left. Now watch your step, everyone. Careful on your way up. You don't want to slip the ball. You don't want to
Mom, turn on your, grab out your phone and turn on your... Mom, turn on your flashlight on your phone.
No,
Come on, I need to see.
no. I'm just gonna.
Are there any spirits here in this cell? Are there any spirits here in the left cell?
Johnny's like, we're a bunch